Hey folks, if you'd like to be able to grill perfect steaks on charcoal every single time, I'm going to give you 6 steps that'll teach you how to do that. Step 1, we want to go ahead and season our steaks. I'm using some garlic salt. I'm going to tell you a couple options that you can use. Kosher salt is good. Fresh black pepper is good. If you don't have that, you can even use table salt. You can use black pepper out of a shaker. You want to do at least salt and pepper. Some folks say that's all you need. I actually like to put garlic salt on mine. There's a lot of good steak rubs that you could use or steak seasonings at the grocery store. So what I say is just try some different things and you cook yours the way you like them. All right, so I hit these with a pretty liberal amount, and don't worry about that. These steaks can take it. These are not real big. They're about 8-ounce ribeyes, but this same principle will apply to all steaks. Now I'm just going to hit them with a little bit of fresh cracked pepper. And I'll turn them over and do the same thing on the other side. All right, step 2 is let these rest. We need to let these set out probably a half hour. That's not too long in the danger zone, so don't worry about that. If you'll do this, this will help you get better results. You just gotta trust me. Okay, step 3 is you want to get your grill hot. I'm talking 400 or 500 degrees if you can, at least 400 degrees. That way we can get a good sear, and in the process you're going to build a 2-zone fire. And if you need to know how to do that, I've got a whole playlist of videos that will teach you about using a charcoal grill that I'll link to in the description. All right folks, step 4, we're going to put a good sear. All right folks, step 4, we're going to put a good sear on these steaks. In the previous step, I got my charcoal hot and I built a 2-zone fire. I got a hot zone and I've got a cool zone. We're going to let the grate get hot. I'm going to clean it off just a little bit and we'll put the steaks over this fire here in just a minute. So I'm going to go ahead and lay these on the grate directly over the fire. I like to take my tongs and kind of mash it down just a little bit. That's just me. And I'm only going to leave these on here for a short while. Some people will ask how many minutes. It's probably only going to be maybe 1 to 2 minutes, somewhere in that neighborhood. It'll be different depending on how hot your fire is. And I'm going to show you here in just a moment what I use to judge when it's time to turn them over instead of using time. So here is a little extra tip. If you grab a hold of the steak and when I pull that, it's kind of like it's still sticking to the grate. Leave that for a few more moments because that's the sign that it's not ready to turn yet. When you're cooking, especially ribeyes, especially the ones that's got a lot of marbling in them, you could get some flame up. And that's why you need a cool zone. One of the reasons you need a cool zone, you can move them over there and let the fire die down, and then move them back. So I pulled these back to look at them. They're where I want them. So I'm going to go ahead and give these a flip. I've got a little sear on that side. We'll give them just a minute or so here, and then we're going to move them over to the cool zone. Okay, now here we are at step 5. I've got the sear on these that I want, so I'm going to move these over to the cool zone. And I'm going to go ahead and put a lid on these. By the way, both of my vents are open. The top vent is going over top of the steaks. And at this point, you're going to leave them on there until they're at the doneness that you want them to be. Now, there's a lot of different methods. You can touch your fingers and press right here and just compare how the steak feels. Some of those methods are good, but I'm going to show you what I prefer doing. I use an instant read thermometer. Now this one is a Thermapen MK4. This one was sent to me by the company, and these are rather on the expensive side. This is what I consider a premium thermometer. They're great, but now you can get away with a lot less expensive one. You don't have to buy something expensive. You can go to Walmart or somewhere and just pick up one for less than 20 bucks that'll do the job. And that way you're going to know exactly where your steak is. So I've got these steaks where I want them. I'm going to go ahead and pull these off to move on to step 6. These were kind of thin, so it didn't take them long to cook. Everybody wants theirs at a different temperature, and that's up to you. Folks, now we're at step 6. This is the end. At this point, you want to let these steaks rest again for probably about 10 minutes. And I'm going to show you a little bonus you can do. I'm going to put just a little pat of butter on each one, and let that melt while those are resting, and those are ready to go. Folks, there's only 2 ways to cook a steak in my opinion. Number 1 is over charcoal, and if I am going to cook it a different way, I like either using a carbon steel or cast iron skillet and getting a nice sear on it. You can't beat the flavor that you get though with charcoal. As far as the seasoning, you need to try what you like. Try some of the steak seasonings at the grocery store. Try your favorite beef rub. Use just salt and pepper if that's what you want. I like the garlic, salt, and pepper. That's my favorite. But I hope you guys will try this. These 6 steps will get you a delicious steak. Consistent results every time. I'll leave a link to that playlist I mentioned earlier in the description below. Hope you'll watch some more of my videos, subscribe, comment, like this one, and I'll catch you in the next one. God bless you all.